Hey friends, this weekend something big was just announced, and within that comes a little lesson on the nature of God, and I really want to share this with you, and I hope you'll be as excited about it as I am. So come along with me while I'm driving home for a quick chat. It was just announced this weekend that my wife and I are expecting our third child. Yay! But within that comes some interesting things. Along with the congratulations that people give, comes some interesting looks. This will be our third child in 4 years. So some people give those odd remarks about, oh, you know how that happens, right? As if it wasn't planned, but in fact, we did plan for this, and within the planning for this, the decision-making process, I'm reminded of something about God that I really want to share, and that is, well, let me tell you the story first. At first, I wasn't as on board with having a third as my wife was. Which is kind of weird because when we first got married, I wanted 3 and she wanted 2. And then we had kids and it kind of got reversed for a little bit. But here's the thing. I was kind of hesitant to the idea of a third because of the practicality of it. Babies are expensive. Kids are a lot of work. You've got to, when you've got to go to the grocery store and you're carrying them to the cart to put them in there, you only got 2 arms, and so 2 arms, 2 kids. It makes sense, right? There's a lot of practical reasons why 2 is a great number. It's probably why it's the national average. But then, while we're thinking about and praying about whether or not we do want to try for a third, one of the friends of mine from seminary brought her kid that she had just had to class. And my reaction to seeing and holding the baby was not what I expected it to be. I was so enthralled by the baby, and it's not just because it's a baby, it's not just because it's a friend of mine, but there was something happening inside my heart that kind of suggested to me that I wasn't done with kids yet. And so I was kind of explaining this to my wife of my heart kind of wants another one, but it doesn't make any practical sense, so I don't know what to do with that. And I told my wife this, and she says to me, she says, Jacob, it's never a practical decision to have a kid. The real question is, do you want it? And if you want it, then we try. If you don't, then we don't. And so I said to her, all right, I want another one. And here's what that reminded me about God. We believe that God is all-powerful, and we believe that God is lacking nothing. And if we believe those things about God, then God didn't need us. It's not a practical decision for God to create us. He didn't need the help. He didn't need to be praised. He didn't need anything. God was lacking nothing and decided to create us. God decided that He wanted us. I'm using the He figure for God here because I'm seeing it from a fatherly perspective. I don't need to have a kid. I don't need to have a kid, but I want my kids. I love my kids so much, and I want another one. And now we've got one on the way. It'll be here in October. I'm so excited. We don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. We'll know before too terribly much longer, but I want you to know that God wanted you to exist. And I find that incredibly exciting, because there are some days where, I wonder who in the world wants me to exist. And there have been times in life where things have been so difficult and I've been down on myself so much so that I wasn't sure if I even wanted me to exist. And I hope that you're not in that place. But if you are, if you're wondering, why am I here? What's the value in my life? It's this: God wanted you to exist. He didn't need it. He wanted you. I could keep saying that over and over and over again. And I hope it sinks in. These things about parenting and fatherhood have taught me so much about the nature and grace of God. I'm just excited to share that with you, and I hope that you'll take that to heart, that God wanted you. God doesn't need you. God wants you. I hope that you will be blessed by hearing this. I hope that if you have a friend that is struggling to understand their worth, share with them that God wants them to exist. God doesn't need anything, but God wanted them to exist. Have a great day.